No, I'm not Batman. I'm Mr. X, and welcome to the Extreme channel. In front of me, I have another sell-off review. Now, a couple things before we start. Number one is, you saw kind of in the tagline, 40-year-old virgin. Yes, I am a virgin. I'm very proud to be that. I'm also really proud, my wife tells me that the condition I have is really rare, that we're able to have children with me still being a virgin. I love her so much. But the other thing is, last time I did a review on a Hot Toys Batmobile that was a sell-off review. You can actually check it out right here. It's the tumbler from the Christian Bale shows. I made a mistake. And what that mistake was is I said this is going to be a sell-off review because I'm selling off this piece. And a ton of people, probably a couple dozen people, messaged me or commented that they want to buy it. Guys, I'm not ready to sell it yet. I will probably in the next month. I'm not sure which avenue I'm going to use. I have a few people that have bought from me before, so sometimes they take priority. I don't know the price. I don't have any of those details. When I am ready with those details, I will get those out. I do have a bunch of 1/3 DC Prime 1 pieces that are actually going to launch very soon if they haven't already. So those I'm getting ready for, so wait for that video to come out. Last thing is, I may look really washed out and white. It's because I'm a vampire. That's not true. Or is it? I don't sleep actually, but I'm trying a new light up system, and right now in the picture I'm looking at, it's very, very bright. So if that's the way it goes in this review, I have to make some adjustments, but I guess you're gonna have to live with it. But this is officially a 1/6 scale, meaning this is 6 times smaller than what would be in real life, movie replica from the 1989 Batman film with Michael Keaton, Batmobile. Did I say that right? Batmobile. Batmobile made by Hot Toys. So I'm selling off a lot of my Hot Toys collection, and Hot Toys does some really cool stuff. They make figures in 1/6, 1/4, probably some other sizes I'm not aware of. And they have this whole vehicles collection. I originally was all in. I had the tumbler, I have this, I have another review that's going to be launching of another vehicle, and I have their Ecto, this one right here, Ghostbusters. I had this on order because I had the figures, but I offloaded the order and I offloaded the figures already. Should have reviewed the figures, but I didn't. Now, I don't know how to review this because I don't review replicas like this. I usually do polystone statues. So we're just going to wing it. I'm just going to kind of talk about this piece, kind of like I did with the tumbler. We'll try and make the video a little fun and entertaining. And this piece is really impressive and it's really sought after. And ironically, it's a little dusty too. We start getting to the point where I don't want to say the TOY word too much so YouTube doesn't flag me, even though that's the name of the company that made these. But this is about $1,000 TOY and up. It originally retailed for $630, and nowadays you don't see them go for less than $1,000, especially in pristine condition like this. See that little sales pitch I just did? But the box is gigantic. I mean, I know there's going to be specialized shipping whenever I sell it. I remember how big it is, and that's what she said. And there's a few things on here that you're not going to see during the review. One of them is it actually comes on a pedestal that goes right in the middle, and I believe it allows it to turn, but it levitates at about 6 inches off the ground for more of a cool display. So that's one option you're not going to see. We're not going to talk about design or paint or sculpt or anything. I think I'm just going to do close-ups for you guys when we get to that point of the video and kind of talk about what I see, what I like, what I don't, what I would have changed. Another thing, as you look through this, as soon as I got this brand new out of the box, it's been on display ever since, and I haven't looked that close at it. And now that I'm looking close at it, there's a few things, like I haven't peeled back some of the film that's on some of the windows, which, since I'm selling, I'll just keep intact. There's also some switch-out options that I'll just talk about because they're in the box, which I still have to dig out. A lot of people often ask what I do with my boxes. I have an Indiana Jones type style warehouse like this. This isn't an exact picture of it because I don't want to disclose the location. And ironically, I'm moving warehouses in a few months, so sometime in that time period, I'll kind of do a video on how I organize that, and it's tough. It's very tough, I'll tell you that. Especially recently, I launched a Black Widow that I sold. I had to find that box. It probably took me 3 total hours. It was the last place I looked. And do you know why it's always in the last place you look? Because once you find it, you stop looking. You'd be a moron to keep looking after you found it. I'm trying to think some other details. So let's talk about the '89 Batman film with Michael Keaton. I'm a huge fan of it. If you've seen a lot of videos on this channel, you know that I saw it when I was very young. Not very young, I was about 10 years old, in San Francisco visiting a relative, and this was back before they, obviously in '89, they didn't know how many seats were in the theater. They couldn't keep track of ticket sales, so they often oversold theaters. But it was brand new, I wanted to see it, and when we got in with my family, they were out of seats. So we actually sat on the stairs and watched the movie, and this is one of the earlier DC films before the whole cinematic universe exploded. They had, you know, the classic Christopher Reeve Superman, of course, prior to this. But I love this. I didn't even notice I was sitting on the stairs the entire time. I loved Michael Keaton. I absolutely adore Jack Nicholson in that role. I actually talked quite a bit about that in this review right here. Check this out. This is a 1/4 scale Jack Nicholson Joker statue from that movie. I don't have any other pieces from the '89 Batman movie other than that, the mime variant you saw with it. I used to own Sideshow's premium format 1/4 scale Michael Keaton Batman right here, but I sold it. And I love that movie for a variety of reasons, not only the actors, and huge crush on Kim Basinger. I don't call her Basinger, but huge crush on her, and just the way it formatted. The Joker, Batman was badass. And then obviously the new Christian Bale movies kind of put that to a second seat, but I still think there's some value with that, especially the first time they ever saw this. Like, here's a scene from when they first saw the car.
Get the car.
Which one?
And another neat piece of this collectible is if you buy 1/6 scale pieces from Hot Toys, this is actually big enough for them to fit in because it's the proper scale, which you'll see in some of the close-ups. But it's a very cool piece. The wheels actually, just like the tumbler, only one set of the wheels actually turn, and there could be a lock that I just don't know about. So maybe someone who owns this piece in the comments. But the back wheels are locked. But it looks like there's some type of latch or something that would actually give them a little give. Couple features I want to talk about on this car that make it different display options. So let's take some pictures here. First, you see kind of these Gatling guns that pop out. You saw these in the movie. Now, I don't have another picture of this unless I can find a stock photo and show you guys, but they can actually go back down, and little plates cover up the casing here. But however, I like having them out because there's some really cool detail in these, from the bullets to the guns themselves. And there's probably some other features that I'm going to forget about because it's been so long since I've looked at this guy or opened it up, hence another reason I'm selling it. I don't enjoy them as much as I should. But it does come with a hardcover case. So the case itself, here's a picture of it. It's not actually a hardcover, but it simulates the hardcover case that is in the movie when he protects it. He puts up his shields. Here's a scene right here.
Shields.
Now this next part I'm going to show you, I know I'm going to get some thumbs down because no, I don't remember exactly how it works. I obviously could watch a YouTube video and figure it out, but let's figure this out together. So there's a side panel here that opens and closes, and the only way to open it is with a magnet. It does come with a small magnet. And inside of it, you can put these discs. Here's a picture right here of these discs. And I don't remember exactly how, but I feel like these shoot out somehow. And I could be completely wrong, but that's probably where I'm getting the thumbs down. And again, this is another reason I'm selling the collectible. It is awesome, and if I actually was big into this scale anymore, or was a huge Batman fan, I do like Batman quite a bit, I would probably enjoy this more than the person or persons I'm going to sell it to. Another really cool feature it has that's optional is down here, right in the front here, you actually have the grappling hooks. And he used this in the movie as well, right here. And for all I know, those actually fire out somehow as well. But I really like the fact that Hot Toys is big into this. They create different things you can do with all their pieces, all their displays. A lot of cool options. So now let's look at some close-ups of this guy. We'll start at the front and go to the back. It is extremely movie accurate. And again, this was kind of the first comic vehicle piece we saw. And it was just badass. It's not directly from the comics, it's their own take on it. But viewers such as myself absolutely love this and still do to this day. This to me is one of the coolest Batmobiles. Not only the engine after thrust burner that's kind of on the front, the sleek look of it. The hubcaps have the bat symbol in them. Here's the sides, the huge exhaust coming out of the side, a lot of the cool detail in the engine parts here. They just did a fantastic job. If you're a Batman collector, this is definitely for you. Then up here, I'm not sure what these are. If these are just decorative, you can actually open them up, and I don't know if it's supposed to be the gas tank or this is another Easter egg I'm unfamiliar with. These metallic parts here. Let's look at the back. You got a couple things going on here. Not only the awesome huge fins that you see, the vents on the back, brake lights, 5 different thrusters, and the big one here, I still have the foam padding from when he originally was shipped to me in here. I never noticed that before, but I'll go ahead and keep it in there for shipping purposes. Now let's look at what I would call the cockpit cover. So here it is shut. And you saw earlier that it was open. It obviously does open and you can put a figure inside of it. It's not automatic, it is a manual open. The seats here, you see a few buttons on switches behind the headrests. Seats look good. But what's really cool, and it's gonna be hard to get some good pictures here, is the instrumentation panels. There is so much detail, not only in the paint, but just the design of this. Completely badass. And with some of these pictures, you may have seen this dust on it. I apologize, guys. But if you're new to the channel, we use something called the extreme scale. Here it is right here to kind of give you an explanation. T on the far left is a 1 out of 5, it's trash. U is ugly, V is very nice, 3 out of 5 right in the middle. W is rail, so not quite a grail, but something people really want. And X is extreme or kind of a grail. This piece is extremely highly sought after, and I can see why. Even if you have 1/4 scale pieces, which obviously are a little bit larger in scale than this, and you have the room to display this, this is amazing. Not only from the nostalgic purposes that this offers, but just the badassery. It has what we call a badassery rank. You know, I think lesson learned by most people is when Hot Toys comes out with a vehicle from a popular movie, and they just did the Ecto one from Ghostbusters that we talked about, buy it. They all seem to double in value, if not more. And you can see why. They just do a fantastic job. I'm going to say this is an extreme piece. This is an X piece. I would give it a rating of an X. So many different ways this could go into a Batman collection. But what I really want to know is, I'm actually a little bit older than a lot of the viewers I have. A lot of the viewers are similar in age to me. There are people who are able, a little bit more financially stable, so they're able to live out some of their childhood dreams and buy these expensive collectibles. But for the people that didn't grow up with Michael Keaton as Batman, who grew up with Christian Bale as Batman, I'm talking to you guys. Let me know if you like Michael Keaton as Batman. If you go back and you watch those films and you're like, that's kind of crappy compared to Christian Bale. I love Christian Bale Batman series. I love Michael Keaton in the original Batman. 2, not so much. But I don't know if it's a generational thing or if he truly was that good. So let me know that in the comments. Let me know what you think of this piece. Let me know. Oh, let's measure him. We haven't done that yet. See all those people that already bailed on the video, because typically towards the end everyone bails. They don't know how big it is. So many jokes in there. This guy is over 36 inches in either length or depth, depending which way you display him. His highest point is just under 9¼ inches. And then his widest point, what I would call his widest point, is right at 16½ inches. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I have one more vehicle that we will review. You can probably guess what it is. You'll know it's not the Ecto, but a cool custom accessory with that one coming as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.